Well, the next event on the track, the women's 3,000 metres, and this is a very high caliber field, one which certainly we expect to get a quick time from. They're looking for 8:25 to 8:28. The pace, Defar will be in there. She will want it pretty fast, I think, the newly crowned world 5,000 metres champion from Ethiopia, because there are some big kickers in here. Amongst them, Genzebe Dibaba, Shannon Robery, Mercy Chirono, and there is Meseret Defar, the Olympic champion at 5,000 from last year, retaining or regaining that title from 2004, the national record holder for the Ethiopians at 5,000. But this is 3,000. Her personal best is 8:24. Set her personal best that time, 8:24, here in July 2008. Obiri, another athlete to look out for, the World Championship bronze medalist at 1,500 metres, world indoor champion at this distance in Istanbul last year. Beat Defar, by the way, during that World Indoor Championship, denying Defar a fifth title. Mercy Chirono, World Championship silver medalist to Defar, a chance for revenge here tonight. Yola Kibiwa, fourth place in Moscow at 5,000 metres, former world junior champion at 1,500 metres. That was a long time ago, back in 2002. Shannon Robery, Genzebe Dibaba, Hassan Jordan Hasse is there. Susan Kuiken of the Netherlands, who's had such a good run for eighth place rather, in Moscow. 16 starters then in this women's 3,000 metres, 7.5 laps of the track. And from that women's 5,000 metres in final in Moscow, there are 6 athletes here, including Defar and Chirono, the gold and silver medalists. So away they go. The pacemaker, the Slovenian Sonja Roman, will need to go out in around 67.5, 68 seconds per lap here if she's to get down there below 8:30 for this field. She's a 4.8 performer at 1,500 this year. That was in the heat and semi-finals, actually, at the World Championships by Roman. Genzebe Dibaba hasn't run a 3,000 yet this year. Indeed, her personal best is due for significant revision. But she takes up the chase, and at the moment doesn't look too keen to go.
Clearance at 194 by Chichiro.
Well, the pacemaker's gone now, Roman, and it is Defar out in front, trying to push the pace along, at least controlling things in this middle stage of the race. Still Dibaba in second.
15 years later.
Well, they're bunching in this 3,000 metres because Defar has been leading and slowing it down. Their last lap was 71 seconds. They're coming up towards 2,000 now. We needed to be on about 5:40 to be on a quick tempo, and 2:56. It's 5:47. 2:56 for that second kilometre, and it's way outside the planned schedule. And I would imagine it might have been Defar who asked for that, but quite often these athletes, especially when they're big names who can call the shots prior to the meeting, play games with the opposition and ask for a quick pace and have no intention of following it. But Defar leading at the moment with Dibaba in second, Chirono third. They're really queuing up behind her. Obiri on the outside. Shannon Robery is there, just trying to get off the curb as they come to 2 laps to run. And they're bunching, and Robery moving up into third place. Good run this from the American, who seems to have found her niche at 5,000 metres. She's better known as a 1,500 metre runner, is the American. She was an athlete who got a medal back in 2009 at the World Championships, Robery. 6th in the Olympics last year at 1,500 metres, but I think maybe she gets more comfortable with these longer distances. She could do some damage and get up amongst the Africans. Dibaba there on the shoulder of Defar, looking at the former world record holder. Defar still the second fastest woman at 5,000 metres, one of the quickest ever at 3,000 metres. 600 metres to run, and it's anybody's race. That's a big group.
Yes, it is, but Defar has a pedigree of some considerable merit, really. She won the Olympic Championship twice, once in 2004 and then again in 2012.
7:30 at the bell. It's still been a fairly useful tempo, 67.9. Roman did a good job through the first half, the Slovenian. 350 to run. And now Chirono on the shoulder of Defar. What's she going to do here? What can the tall Chirono do as Defar controls things down the back straight? There's a little bit of the sort of Mo Farah to this race. They've allowed Defar to go into the final lap, having led for 3 laps, to go into the final lap in the lead and cool the pace. And you've got to be a metre quicker than this lady, who is a desperately quick finisher. And she kicks away now with 200 metres to run. Chirono in second place. There's a big gap back to Robry in fourth place, who's having a really solid run here. Debaba is going backwards. She's in about 8th. But Chirono, it is coming through. Mercy Chirono in second place, trying to kick past Defar. She's in the slipstream of the little Ethiopian, but she's not going to be beaten. In third place at the moment is Hassan. She's running well for third. That's where she'll finish. But Defar there crosses the line. 8:30.30, the quickest time in the world this year. And look at the closing speed, 59.9 for Defar there. And yet again, they played into the hands of the favourite. And it was a Kenyan Chirono. He did just that. Dear oh dear. Mercy Chirono was second in the World Championships to Defar. And she's second again here. And Debaba, well, she went backwards. She's really not finding it comfortable running this longer distance. She is a 1,500-metre specialist. But she wins at a canter there, does Defar. Meseret Defar, one of the most decorated runners in history. 4 times world indoor champion at this distance. It's probably her best distance, actually, even though she's a former world record holder at 5,000. She's the world number 1 at 10,000 this year. Only her